What's up, guys? My name's Taylor. I am just your average dude, working 9 to 5 during the week. I like to do woodworking on the side. Today we're going to start working on some nightstands to my bed frame that I just made. So come on the journey with me, trying out this YouTube thing. So we'll see how it goes. If you guys like it, let me know. If you guys want to follow along with the journey, I'm here for you. I'm not an expert by any means. I just do this for fun in my garage on my spare time. Very open to tips and tricks. If you guys think you have a better way of doing something, let me know. So yeah, let's get into it. I am currently rough cutting down all my cherry to make some more manageable pieces for the nightstands. Because I have my little DeWalt planer over here, and as great as it is unruly to run fucking 10-foot long boards through it. So we're gonna break it down, and we're gonna straight edge it, and then we're gonna run it through the planer, get it ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we made a mistake. I am one piece short. This is supposed to be 16 inches, and this is definitely not 16 inches. So I'm gonna have to run over to the wood store, get another piece of this cherry wood, and then we'll get back to it. Got them all stacked up and ready to go. All right, we're back in the garage. Another day. I got a new piece of cherry from Rockler. Got everything all stacked and stickered up and ready for final planing and getting everything ready to get glued up. But it's fucking freezing cold in this garage. So I'm gonna heat up my little heater buddy here, and we're gonna get to it. All right. So what you just saw me cut out there was the 2 drawer fronts and then the last remaining side piece. All of that's ready to go through the planer again to get finaled to a final dimension. These ones we're gonna skip plane, get them all nice and smooth, and then straight edge. All right, you guys are gonna see my ghetto setup here. As you can tell, I'm in a 1-car garage, so basically I have 2 outlets in here. So to run my giant fucking dust collector, I have my little Predator generator. So we're gonna crack the garage, get the generator going, get the dust collector on, and that way we can plane up these boards. All right, everything is straight lined, milled, ready to go. I want to put them in pairs and make sure that all my pieces are going to work how I want them to. All right, so I just organized them in pieces that are over 8 inches and less than 8 inches because I'm going to make a 15-inch wide, or deep, I guess, nightstand. So as long as we match one of these with one of these, we should be just fine. And the reason that I separated this one is because it is well under 7 inches. So I gotta get one of the bigger ones to go with this. And then I set this one aside because we gotta get rid of this, all that nastiness in there, so. All right, now for the side pieces, let's organize these and make sure that they're all gonna be over 15. Alright, so these are 48-inch clamps. So theoretically, we could get 3 sets in here at a time. Oh, we can get all 3 of them in there. Get the bourbon moth patented finger glue spreader out. That's all the clamps I have for the moment. So with that, we're gonna call that a night. All right, y'all, another day, another nickel. I am definitely not a master with the plane, but we're gonna give it a shot. See if we can't smooth out some of these ridges at least and get these seams looking nice. My first time cutting miters on my table saw. That doesn't look half bad. Obviously, there's going to be some cleanup that we need to do. There's a little space in between there. I don't know if you can really tell on camera. This one's our big offender right here. But the rest of the joint's tight. It's just right here in the middle. It's funky, and we might be able to realign that one. This one in the back is very clean, and this one in the back is very clean. All right, so I had to take a short hiatus from the garage because I messed up my back. So feeling good again. We're back out here As you can tell, we got a new project, a whole bunch of new material. I'm gonna do this slat wall in our bedroom. That'll be cool. The only issue is it's all felt underneath, and I don't want to get it covered in sawdust. So I'm gonna put a giant tarp over it. Hopefully save it from getting all dirty, and then we'll get to work. Am I super happy with this cut? No. No, I am not. It looks fairly decent until right here. I definitely went over the line. Stopped fairly well, but I mean, in total, we're inside the lines, which is good. So my phone died yesterday, so things might look a little different. We're gonna get started on cutting these shelves down to length. I don't know how I fucked that one up worse than the other one, but sure did.
Next time I need to break down a full sheet of plywood, y'all just remind me to put together the truck saw, because that was a joke in this teeny tiny shop. Alright, you saw me struggling with these drawer slides for a while, and I was getting pretty frustrated. So what had happened was, I thought that I ordered 13-inch drawer slides, when in reality, I ordered 12-inch drawer slides. So, now I get to make all of my drawer boxes again. Just like that, with a little bit of help from some movie magic. We have proper dimension drawer boxes ready to go in. So I still need to put the little clips on the front, and then we should be able to, fingers crossed, slide them into the drawers and actually get some functioning drawers this time. So when you're installing these, make sure that they go in the correct sides. You'll know they're correct by being able to access these little tabs that will in the future release the drawer slides. And then there's 2 little holes in the front here. We're gonna pre-drill and then screw those into place on both sides. And then I don't have one of the little fancy jigs, so I'm just gonna use the actual part itself as my drill guide. But they're teeny tiny holes. We can just pop them in really quick. One thing on these is you also need to put a little hole for the retention clip in the back. It's gonna find that mark, honestly, just to slide the drawer box in and bang it up against there. Barely see these little teeny tiny indents on either side of the drawer box. That's where we're going to drill our hole. Back up. Hope and pray that it just clicks into place. Just like that. Now you should have, hey, would you look at that? They work. I got all the finish done. Now the only thing left to do is to put the drawers back in, mount the drawer faces, and then throw in some drawer pulls. What I'm going to do next is I am going to find and drill the holes for my drawer pulls. So what I'm going to do is find center on here. This is exactly 22 inches, so that means my center line is 11 inches. I'm going to put a piece of tape somewhat close to center. I'm just going to eyeball it. It should be about there. Grab your square, draw a nice little center line. The nice thing about this Craig jig is it's got a little window right there where you can line up your center line right in the middle of this jig. And it's got a little gauge on the back where you can line everything up and set your marks into place. And that's in eighths. So get your measurement, find the center, screw these down once you get it set on your measurement. What I'm going to do is 3 7/8 because that's about as close as I can get to that actual number. And then I'll attach that on there with some clamps. So that's lined up with our 0 mark right on the center line. It's also visible in the little window. We're going to shim it up, make sure it's nice and square in that opening. And as you can see, my reveals are pretty big on this one, but yeah. So we'll get it shimmed up, make sure that all the spacing is even, and then we will take some of these Craig screws just as a temporary hold and put them through and into the drawer box. That'll do 2 things. That'll mark, okay, drop it on the ground. So that'll do 2 things for us. That'll mark where we need to drill our holes in the drawer box, as well as temporarily hold this into place until we can open the drawer up, throw some screws in from the back,